Fast forward, any come our channel so I say AGH Politics Avenue. Onya podcast or friend because make headlines na jemre na DB exomo na nabi Henry Wache etimi akasa na wache se jaja odi eye Abronye asem no omu esusu se menase pobi e wo hodada a kire se seni osi bi handle case no omu ani enje ho the senti no omu ko petition eye chief justice bafuboni se judge no omu ensesa no na at this point in time Mr. say yemu ransom nim na yenhwe ne yeko ani de ba abra na bi ajemre na okasa insemusi ni insema hodo pia eka ho.
At the moment, opposition members have been arrested, and he thinks that the governing party is attempting to stifle free speech. He said, in fact, the foundation for that was when the president said they would trace the IP addresses of individuals spreading false information on social media. And immediately after that statement, the governing party has been chasing down opposition members, and because they are trying to stifle dissenting views in relation to the current governance and all of that. So he said he's not happy with that, and that particular situation must be checked.
At a press conference, that they have the IP addresses of people, and that if people make comments that they consider as misinformation, they will use your IP addresses to come for you. I'm sure you recall that. Your reporters covered that press conference. That was the beginning. That was the signal that was given to the, security and justice system to use 207 and 208 as an instrument for the purposes of the executive, and that is what you are beginning to see, and that's what we are speaking against.
Before I let you go, some of your communicators have made comments like will make the government or the country ungovernable, among other things. Don't you think that would raise political tension across the country, particularly among your supporters? What would you tell them in this regard?
The tension is high already. I think yesterday you saw the Peace Council issue a statement that acknowledged that the tension is high. Why is the tension high? The tension is high because every well-meaning member of the Ghanaian society can see that the government of the day is using sections 207 and 208 to suppress dissenting views.
Well, let's explore this further. I told you I have in the studio Rashid Tanko Computer. Also joining me on phone is Henry Nanabwachi. He's national organizer for the NPP. I'd like to start with Henry. I want to find out from you why exactly you're petitioning the Chief Justice.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Yes, it's quite obvious that Justice Judge Joseph Tunsun has misconducted himself, and for me, I have included because I've sat in his court before, and I've concluded that his rulings are largely tainted with political bias.
Allegations we cannot prove, Henry.
No. I said I've sat in his court before.
So this is your personal opinion, and as joining we disassociate ourselves from it.
Can you hold on? You've asked me a question, please. This is the view of the New Patriotic Party. It is not a personal opinion. And that is the more reason why we are, in fact, you have heard the General Secretary mention that we are going to petition the Chief Justice. And you are saying that is my personal view, not my personal view. It is a view of the New Patriotic Party. We hold this view. I sat in court in the Baba Amando case. Baba Amando was arrested all the way from Sunyani. He was brought to Accra. And then he was granted bail the very same day. Then the following day when he came, they processed him for court. When we went to court, the prosecution never put before the court an application for remand. In fact, the prosecution did not oppose to the bail application which was put before the court by Osahene Alexander Abronye Market and Nanege Bafwewa. They did not oppose at all. Just like what happened today in court, when Justice Simsai did not oppose to the bill application, we moved. But this Judge Joseph Kunsu, mentioned that if Baba Amando is granted bail, somebody who has been granted bail already by the police, if Baba Amando is granted bail, Baba Amando will interfere with the investigation. In fact, in court, the prosecution have also mentioned that they have concluded their investigations. So which investigation again is he going to interfere in? Yet the judge ruled that Baba Amando should be incarcerated because if he's released, if he's granted bail, he will interfere with investigations. And then we went to the High Court, and High Court overturned his ruling. In the same or similar scenario, Abronye was brought before you. Abronye had already been granted bail by the police, and Abronye was brought before you. And then you go on to say, in court, we heard him very, very, very clearly that if Abronye is released, the tendency for Abronye to go on committing other offenses is very high. And for that matter, Abronye should be remanded until the final determination of the matter. And just when he received massive public passion, for 6 days, he had not released his ruling. For 6 days, he had not released his ruling. He had not released his ruling because we believe that he tempered with the ruling. And indeed, that is so. Because in court, we heard him say that he must be remanded until the final determination of the matter. But then just when he released the certified true copy, that portion was taken out. So we in the New Patriotic Party, we are of the view that most of his rulings are largely tainted with politics.
And so what do you want the Chief Justice to do? What will be the details of the petition?
To remove him from the case. We don't want him to go on with the case.
Okay.
Because it looks like he had a preconceived, in fact, that is the idea. He has a preconceived idea.
Allegedly.
I'm telling you, it is not allegedly. That is what we believe. You can continue to say allegedly. I believe so. Because I said, I've witnessed, I've stuck in his courtroom. And for the second time, the High Court again overturned his ruling.
Okay, Henry Nanabuachi.
This is a misdemeanor. So misdemeanor, why would you want to slap the person with a remand when it's just a misdemeanor?
Well, he's been granted bail now, and I'm sure you're pleased as a political party.
Oh, we have a lot of concern, but that is what we are saying, that look, if you have two of your rulings in just a month, overturned by the High Court, it's troubling, it's worrying. It means there's something wrong with your ruling. It means there's something fundamentally wrong with your rulings. Baba Amando ruling, it was overturned by the High Court. Then you have the Abronye matter today overturned by the High Court. It means fundamentally there is something wrong with your rulings. So we are going to petition the Chief Justice to take this person off the case.
Okay, Henry Nanabuachi, we appreciate your time. In the studio, I have Rashid Tanko Computer, so I'd like to start with his brief reaction. We just heard from our court correspondent that indeed Abronye DC has been granted bail, but then the New Patriotic Party, they're not pleased with all that has transpired so far, and they plan to even petition the Chief Justice on the conduct of the Circuit Court 9 judge. I'd like to start with your initial reaction as the NDC.
Well, let me say good afternoon to you and your cherished viewers across the country. You see, the hypocrisy of NPP is legendary. You know the highest mountain in the world? Everest. Their hypocrisy is equivalent to that. You see why they got 38%? Look, they are likely to get less than 30 in 2028. Well, this is their posture. This is their behavior.
What's wrong with
when they are speaking, just watch them. Don't be in a hurry. Anytime they are speaking, just watch them and take your time. Take pen and paper. You will get them, you catch them within a second. That's how they are. And I'm surprised the behavior they have adopted in this thing. Yes, misdemeanor. Because you know it's misdemeanor, you make reckless statement. You know, reckless statement led to over 4 million people killed in Rwanda. You know of that issue. Reckless statement. They are pampering that young man. And he's misbehaving left and right. They are happy. In one way, in their own party, he was cautioned twice. Even their own party had to issue a letter distancing themselves from his reckless statement against one of the finance bishops in Ghana, Duncan Williams. You remember that thing? Their own party, the general secretary who held the press conference today and was talking on top of his voice, has a letter written by him, signed, distancing themselves from Abronye with all this things. That's how NPP are. I'm happy the whole world is watching them. You see, interestingly enough, the judiciary, which is the bulwark of our democracy, they have made it, it's now becoming one of their attacking organizations in Ghana. That's what they are doing. And interestingly enough, that's why they also go back to get justice again. You see how hypocrites they are?
But you've been accused of intimidating them.
Who is intimidating them?
And using the judiciary.
Let me tell you. Are you telling me that these three arms of government all are controlled by the president? Is that what you are telling me? You are telling me that the judiciary is controlled by the executive? If the judiciary is controlled by the executive, do you think we would have lost Suhum election petition? Recently, Pandai petition. You saw me fighting them. They stole the Pandai seat.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly. We showed them evidence. The High Court have enough evidence. And today, if they come here, I'll still tell them that you've stolen the Pandai seat. You use technicalities to get yourself and the Supreme Court rule in your favor. They were chanting and clapping for them. That one, they didn't see anything wrong with them. The best way you can use to describe them are hypocrites. We lost Suhum. They were clapping for them. They are happy. NDC, did you see our General Secretary or National Chairman holding press conference and running down the judiciary for us losing the two seats? We are in power. Last year, we lost high-profile cases. But because we are respecters of the law, the president swore to uphold the tenets of the Constitution and to do justice to all manner of persons. And indeed, I'm happy my brother, Nana Boachi, is my good friend. You see, he said it. At that circuit court, the prosecution did not oppose their building. And today, the same thing. The Leonard Srim Sai, the Deputy Attorney General, did not oppose the bill application that they moved in the court. Why then will you now turn around to be accusing the executive? You turn around and you're accusing the NDC of intimidating. Who is intimidating you? Stop being reckless. That's what we are doing. If you are reckless, I'm telling you, in this country, we have, look, all of them, they have families. All of them, those who were there, I know them. I know their families. They have children, they have wives. If this country should turn into flame, where are they going to carry them to? That is one thing. If you are sitting by this thing in front of a mirror or in front of a mic, you should know that I have a wife in the house, I have children in the house. That statement I'm making, if somebody should use that statement to cause mayhem, where am I going to carry them to?
But the NDC appears to be back in the judiciary now that you're in power.
Oh,
it wasn't always like that. When you were in opposition, you were part of the individuals also attacking the judiciary.
Look, I am saying that we don't speak for the judiciary. That is not our business. Our business is to speak for the executive government. They have made it the attacking point of late to attack the judiciary using the executive. And we are saying that the executive has no business in your arrest. That is not the business of executive. Go about you people. Stop being reckless. There are human beings who are sitting there as judges. You can't insult a judge and then when the security agents pick you up to come and substantiate what you have said, then you turn around to accusing the executive. What have we got to do with that? Haven't they been criticizing us day in, day out? The whole press conferences run down the president, whole press conferences run down the party, our policies and anything. We say it's politics. They are looking for power. But now they've graduated from that position and now attacking the judiciary. But when they get favorable ruling, they clap for them. I am saying that, look, even under their regime, when the then Minister of National Security admonished the Supreme Court judges that the kind of ruling coming out from their court, they were not happy with it. I'm just saying that you are in this country. They were not even happy. They were given a 9090 anytime cases were brought. Even one of the most interesting ruling that ever happened in this country, when they say your birth certificate cannot be used to identify you as a Ghanaian. We accepted it in this country. Nobody went to bend the sea. That kind of ruling is still in our books. It's still in our books. Under their regime, we had a ruling where their leader went to Supreme Court within 2 hours. All the judges at the Supreme Court were empaneled and gave him favorable ruling. The NDC didn't go to town to run down. I am saying that, yes, we were looking at the kind of ruling that was going on. But we said, no problem. We are coming to that. We'll get to that point where Ghanaians will rise up and vote massively against you people for this.
Well, this afternoon, outspoken Bono Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Kwame Bafo, probably known as Abronye DC, has been granted bail by an Accra Circuit Court to the sum of 100,000 Ghana cedis with 2 sureties. Lawyers for the embattled politician secured his bail today after a failed attempt yesterday. Member of our Legal Affairs Desk, Fatal Bayaga, joins me in the studio with more details on this issue. Also joining me in the studio is a key member of the NDC. He is Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress and acting CEO of the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications. We'll get into the NDC's reaction shortly. He's in the studio with me. But I'd like to start with Fatal because finally we know that Abronye DC has been granted bail. What transpired in court today?
Absolutely. So firstly, the NPP came to court with so much conviction that they were going to get a bail application for Chairman Abronye, and they did exactly that. In fact, in court, one of the lawyers, Kojo Opon Nkrumah, was on his feet, and he, advanced the argument that they were in court to get bail application for Chairman Wontumi. So immediately, Chairman Abronye DC, immediately he made that particular statement. I saw Deputy Attorney General Justice Rimsai, who was in court today for the prosecution, then said that they are not in court to oppose that particular motion advanced by the applicant. So immediately he made that. Then the trial judge, Halima Abdul Al-Lawal Bassett, then made her ruling on this particular matter. In fact, in that particular ruling, she granted the bail application, and Abronye is now to pay 100,000 Ghana cedis as the bail sum. Apart from that, firstly, he would also deposit his travel documents at the registry of the court, and as part of that particular ruling, he would report to the CID headquarters every week. So immediately after all of that, the General Secretary of the party, Justin Kodia-Frimpong, led the NPP crew out of the court, and he addressed the press. He said that they are very excited with this particular decision taken by the court. We can listen to him.
It could have been done yesterday, because if they was going to go and come back and say that they have no objection to the application, why didn't they do it yesterday? But be as it may, the court has granted the bail application, subject to some condition that the court has set, which should not be a problem for the accused. So we are happy that at least justice has been served, and we have been very consistent from day one that this is a case of misdemeanor, which a bail should not have been an issue at all at the circuit court. But as the trial judge at the circuit court did, which we had to come back to the High Court.
We also know that the NPP, they've threatened to head to court. In fact, they're saying they're going to petition the Chief Justice on the conduct of the Circuit Court judge. Tell us more of that.
Absolutely. So, conduct of the Circuit Court 9 judge, Joseph Kunsum, who, remanded Abronye DC into custody. They say that his conduct was unprofessional, and that's the reason why they're heading to the Chief Justice office tomorrow. And they don't want him to be part of the team, or they don't want him to be the judge presiding over this particular case, because they don't trust his judgment. He seems to be allegedly influenced politically. We can listen to him.
We find the conduct of the trial judge as unacceptable, in some extent a misconduct. And it's not something that we are going to just let go. We are filing a petition to the Chief Justice for Justice Inum Kuson to be removed from the case of the Republic versus Abronye, because we believe that he has taken stand in the case and he cannot be a judge in his own case, and therefore justice will be well served when the case is given to a different judge to look into the matter.
You said you are going to petition the Chief Justice. When do you intend to do that?
Yeah, we are going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, the New Patriotic Party will file a petition against the Circuit Court at 9 for misconduct, the judge for Circuit Court 9 for misconduct.
Well, you also spoke to Kojo Nkrumah, even though we just heard from JFK, and he's really unhappy about the recent arrest. Tell us more.
Absolutely. So he said that
we ain't some who team course or channel so. Mammy and I was so Jim Ray, that's an isobad in the Dumbi Edomania. Onia, Eber Saint Asum.